What are the ordinary things that fall from the sky? Obviously rain, snow, and sleet. However, this may surprise you if we say a reptile and space junk bazaar have allegedly fallen from the sky. Want to know more about it? Then stay tuned to the unexpected, as we will show you some of the odd meteorological anomalies till now. First on our list is Gibeon meteorite. Since it was found in 1836, in Great Namakwaland, Namibia, Africa, more than 25 tons of Gibeon meteorites have been found. The Namibian government has banned the export and sale of Gibeon meteorites, but it is still one of the most common meteorites you can buy today. Radiometric dating shows that the Gibeon meteorites are about 4 billion years old. They come from broken pieces of an asteroid or a star that exploded. Gibeon meteorites are a type of fine octahedrite iron meteorite. They are made of iron, nickel, and small amounts of cobalt. There may also be chromite, diabrilite, enstatite, kamacite, taenite, troilite, or tridymite in the meteorite. Cooling in space over billions of years makes lines and patterns, which can be seen more clearly when slices are etched with diluted nitric acid. These patterns are called Widmanstatten lines. Before a few years ago, most of the Gibeon meteorites that were found weighed between 200 and 1,100 pounds. One of the biggest things that have ever been found weighed more than 1,400 pounds. Many smaller pieces have been found recently, probably because metal detectors have gotten better. Second is a mysterious object in the sky over Calgary. In September, people in Calgary looked up and saw something strange. One man figured out what it was and said it was a plane flying through the night. Karina McConnell was at home in Radisson Heights when she saw something strange in the sky and took a picture of the strange thing as it moved through the sky. She said it was very strange and not something you usually see. And McConnell wasn't the only one looking up at the sky on Saturday night. Several other people said they saw the bright object. From his home in Thorncliffe, Julian Redwood Henry also took a video of the sky and the bright object. Even though it might have been disappointing to find out that the strange object in the sky was just a plane, Forrad said that anything that makes people look up and wonder what they are seeing is a good thing. Next is flying reptiles. In the U.S. state of Florida, iguanas fall from the sky. Residents say that the iguana fall is now a seasonal event in which lizards fall from trees and land on the roofs of their cars. It has become as predictable in the area as snow or rain. So what happened? Iguanas are so cold that they fall from the sky. They aren't dead, but they can't move when the temperature drops below 10 degrees Celsius. The U.S. National Weather Service for Miami, South Florida, has warned residents and visitors that the freezing temperatures could cause these paralyzed iguanas to fall from above. It was minus 3.8 degrees Celsius and the coldest in South Florida. At the same time, a deadly winter storm hit the northeast of the U.S. This weekend, causing at least 1,400 flights are to be canceled in several states. Even though iguanas are not native to Florida, they continue to grow in number, but they are still vulnerable to changes in temperature. As with all cold-blooded reptiles, they like to be warm, so when it gets too cold, their blood stops moving around their bodies the way it should. This makes them unable to move, which means they could fall out of the trees they live in at any time. They can get back to normal quickly when the weather is warm, and they use their long tails, sharp teeth and claws to defend themselves. And don't move or release green iguanas or any other non-native species. It's against the law and can hurt native animals. Fourth on our list is a UFO in Maharashtra, India. Even though there is new evidence and claims every day that aliens live on nearby planets or are already among us, what happened in Maharashtra only made a claim stronger. Reports say that locals in Maharashtra thought they saw a UFO after some strange unidentified objects seemed to fall from the sky in the state's Chandrapur district. This confused the locals. This made the Indian Space Research Organization send a group of scientists to the Chandrapur district in Maharashtra. People think that the things are the remains of some kind of booster rocket. Last week, the same thing moved quickly across the night sky in central India. A.J. Gulhane, who was in charge of the Chandrapur district, said that the people in Ladbori village were shocked when they found an iron ring on an open plot. After the ring, villagers in Pawanpur saw a round object. This made the situation even stranger and more interesting. 5 more of these cylinders were soon found nearby. ISRO stepped in at this point. Some astronauts from the space agency were sent to Maharashtra to find out what was going on. ISRO wrote on Facebook, as asked by the district administration, A team of scientists from ISRO is going to Pawanpur to look around and do more research. People aren't sure where the strange objects came from yet, but they think it might have something to do with a rocket or satellite coming back to Earth. Many people in the area also think it might be because a UFO flew over the area. Next is stroke of luck. Josh Hutagalung, who made coffins in Indonesia, became a millionaire when a 1.4 million pound piece of space rock crashed through the roof of his shop. Joshua was 33 years old at the time and was at home when a meteorite the size of a football crashed through the veranda at the edge of his living room. The 4.5 billion-year-old space rock was called one of the most important meteorites ever found by scientists. It might have parts that tell us something about how life started. Joshua from Kolang in North Sumatra once sold the stone to a specialist collector. That gave him enough money to retire and build a new church in his village. For the 2.2 kilogram rock, he got the same amount of money as he would have made in 30 years. Jared Collins, an expert on space rocks who lives in Bali, was sent to get the meteorite. A second collector has pieces of the meteorite, which were sold on eBay for 757 pounds per gram. The 1.839 gram hammerstone, which is what the main rock calls it, is worth close to $1.4 million. Collins sent the space rock to the U.S. An American collector bought it and put it in a tank of liquid nitrogen at the Center for Meteorite Studies at Arizona State University. The meteorite is a very rare type called a CM1 or CM2 carbonaceous chondrite. Scientists say that it contains unique amino acids and other essential elements that are needed for life to start. Coming on to next our list have Fukang palisite. In 2000, a piece weighing 1.033 kilograms was found by an unknown person near Fukang, China. Palisites are the most interesting and unique of all the rare things on Earth. The beauty of the stars is reflected in these gems from outer space. The Fukang palisite is a meteorite that stands out from the rest of its kind. This is the main mass, or the largest piece of the only Fukang specimen that has ever been found. The Fukang palisite will definitely be one of the most important meteorite discoveries of the 21st century. It is known around the world as the most spectacular example of natural cosmic beauty. This amazing main body weighs more than 810 pounds. The Fukang palisite has yellow-green olivine crystals in a nickel-iron matrix that has been etched. A thin slice of the Fukang mass looks like stained glass windows made long ago in the old solar system. Even among meteorites, palisites are very rare. Only about 1% of all meteorites are this type, and they are by far the most interesting. About half of these beautiful gems are olivine, peridot, and the other half are nickel iron. People think that these amazing treasures are left over from when the planet was made. From what we know, it shows the largest slice of this kind of material on Earth. It has a polished 36 by 19 inch face that lets you see into its wonderful mosaic of extraterrestrial crystals. This amazing find is a treasure that has never been seen before. It would be an amazing and prestigious centerpiece for any natural history exhibit. Next is black metal balls falling from the sky in Gujarati villages in India. A strange thing happened the day before Friday the 13th. It scared the people of 3 villages in the Anand district of Gujarat. On the evening of May 12, big metal balls fell from the sky in Balej, Kambolaj, and Rampura. The metal balls fell from the sky at about 4:45 p.m. They are thought to be pieces of space junk. About 5 kilograms is how much the metal balls weigh. Indian Express said that the first metal ball fell in the village of Balej. Then it fell in the villages of Rampura and Kambolaj. There are about 15 kilometers between each of the 3 villages. When the villagers saw the strange-looking metal pieces, they were terrified and called the police right away. The police began to look into the matter. According to the police, no one got hurt because of the metal balls. Superintendent of Police for the Anand district, Ajit Rajian, told Indian Express, the first ball fell around 4:45 p.m., and soon after, similar reports came in from 2 other places. No one was hurt or killed because the debris fell in an open area in 2 villages, and the metal ball flew a few hundred meters away from the houses in the 3rd village. SP Ajit said that it hadn't been confirmed yet what kind of space debris it is, but villagers have said that it fell from the sky. The Forensic Science Laboratory will be in charge of the investigation. Only then will it be possible to figure out what the metal balls are. SP Ajit said, "We have filed a note case about the incident and will wait for the FSL's report on it." The orbital debris report from NASA says that there are about 25,182 pieces of space junk in the lower Earth orbit. India is to blame for about 114 pieces of space junk. Russia and its allies in the Commonwealth are the biggest sources of space junk. Lastly, is space junk. In 2008, a cattle farmer in the remote northern outback of Australia said he had found a big ball of twisted metal. He thought it came from a rocket that was used to launch communication satellites. While in 2007, farmer James Sturton found the odd-shaped ball on his 40,000-hectare property, which is about 500 miles west of Brisbane, the state capital of northern Queensland. But Sturton didn't start asking questions about what the metal ball was and where it came from until a week ago. Sturton told Reuters that he was checking out some cattle when he turned a corner and saw it in a paddock. He said that the object was hollow and made of a material called carbon fiber. He has talked to some aerospace companies in the US to try to find out what the object is. People often find space junk in remote parts of Australia, according to the Powerhouse Museum in Sydney. In 1979, a lot of the Skylab space station crashed to the ground near a small outback town in the west of Australia. NASA got a ticket from the local government for littering, and then President Jimmy Carter called a local motel to apologize. So this was all about the horrifying things falling from the sky. And if you liked today's video, then do check out more videos like this on our channel. Also do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button for more updates.